So have it right. Up the Chels, up the MineralsFC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone's doing well, winning in life. First and foremost, guys, I want you all to smash to pieces that like button. If you haven't hit that like button, hit it right now. Also, make sure you do subscribe to MineralsFC. So hit that subscribe button as well. We've got the notification bell, ding dong. Let's have it right. Make sure you smash that so you know when we go live. And we've got the MineralsFC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and down below in the description. Big up to everyone in here. Salute to all the MineralsFC Ultras, all the proper Chels. Respect to everyone. First and foremost, let's drink in the damn minerals. Let's drink in the minerals. Because I tell you what, it's a little bit cold in here. A little bit cold. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to drink them minerals in. Yeah? Everton, 0. Chels, 6. I'm taking that all day long. Let's have it right. I went this game last night, yeah, and a lot of tickets were there on the exchange, didn't get sold. And I will say this, yeah, there were seats empty. It did start to fill up, and it did eventually, but you could tell it wasn't as ram-packed as it normally is. But they always made a way to make sure that it looks that it is full. Do you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Nick Smith. Let's have it right. Salute to you, my general. You know what I'm saying? We had a good one yesterday. But respect to everyone in here. 6-0, Chels. What we expect, do you know what I'm saying? 1 billion spent. We should be steamrolling teams that are in the gutter. They're in the trenches. And let's have it right. Everton, we've already lost them this season. And coming into this game after a shocking result against Sheffield United, we had to win this game. That was the main priority, is to get the 3 points and capitalise on everyone else capitulating. United's Spursy falling apart as they always do. We got at the top of the table, which is nowhere near where we are, but they're still bottling it. The old goons bottling it, the old dippers bottling it, and we're drinking them minerals in. We love that. But also, teams like Brighton, teams like West Ham, the reality of where we are in the mix, they were dropping points. So we had to go in this game and make sure we win. You know what I'm saying? And we done that. So respect. You know what I'm saying? There are positives, and I will be highlighting the positives. But at the same time, I don't sugarcoat. And I will say it as it is. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's what we do on the MineralsFC. There's a lot of toxic positivity flying about, as expected, and there's a lot of PR flying about. And I'm going to mud all that PR because, that's what we do on this channel. We call it out, bruv, because at the end of the day, we have to address the nature of what is happening at Chelsea. And as the story of the season goes, it's been like that. Up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like human centipede, bruv. You know what I mean? I don't know where they're going, bruv. So for me, last night's game, another great game at the Bridge in the sense of we saw a bunch of goals. We had a good atmosphere, so to speak, and we killed the game off early, which was absolutely necessary because with Chelsea, even if we go 2-0 up, as we done against Burnley, as we did against Sheffield United, we go and we have that goal cushion. We seem to let it go. In this game in particular, we had no surrender minerals landing. We didn't give a shit. But the reality is this. It's all because I would say of 5 players. I'm going to sound out 5 players. 5 players in particular, which allowed us to perform the way we did in this game. First and foremost, Cold Minerals Palmer, player of the season for Chelsea, young player of the season as a whole, if not player of the season at this rate, for what he's doing in the Premier League, stat padding, carrying Chelsea. This guy's got a great shot at that as a whole. I know we're not going to win nothing. I mean, listen, hold it. We might win the FA Cup. I doubt it very much. Let's be real about it. But the reality is we might not even get Europe. But he's having a blinder of a season on a personal level. And those awards are for personal levels, bro. And Cole Palmer is heading in that trajectory. He's showing levels in the game. And I'm going to speak about Cole Palmer because it's very important that we address certain things. But Cole Palmer's the obvious one. Then the next player I'm going to sound out is Caicedo. Caicedo in that game last night worked very hard, covered a lot of ground, played passes at the right time, kept the momentum flowing. Very top performance by Caicedo. Gallagher. Most fouled player, most duels won, Cobham General, proper Chels, loves his club. He's sadly been exiled out of this football club for the pound note, and that's going to happen. That's fact. So make sure you're prepared for that. And I've always said it. I've said it for what? Two transfer windows I've been going on about it. Well, finally he'll get shipped out. But Gallagher, fantastic, bruv. Right? Great performance. And captain as well, so have it right. The two other players I'm going to mention, and it's no surprise, is Trev Baresi Chalobah, Cobham boy, and Thiago Silva. You can maybe throw in Gusto in there, in periods. But for me, that core there is the reason we demolished those 30 Scousers, bruv. Do you understand me? That's how we mudded them. Because we had the experience at the back and the minerals in the midfield and attack. And that is how we won and dominated this game. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand me, what I'm saying? And there's another spanner in the works that we're going to throw in. He's at Enzo Fernandez, the Ferrari that looks like a fucking Nissan Micra at this moment in time. The Ferrari ain't got no speed, no horses, bruv. You understand me? That Ferrari, yeah, that's in the scrapyard, all right, wasn't playing in the midfield. So I'm sorry for all the Enzo sexuals that maybe support this channel. Respect to you. I respect everyone that supports the channel, but I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing, bro. If you perform and you land minerals, you get praise. If you're dog shit, I'm coming and I'm calling it out. It's an uncomfortable conversation because Enzo Fernandez didn't play the entire game. We were told he's under medical attention. And we'll get into that. Oh, I'm going to feast on that one. But before we get onto that, the reason why the midfield played the way it did is because you had Caicedo and Gallagher, two holding midfielders in the middle of the park, doing the dirty work, making the passes, spreading the play, getting stuck in, protecting the back four, and allowing your Cole Palmer to have a free roll. You had your Mudueke on the right, Mudryk on the left, and that Nico Jackson who thinks he's Paul Pogba with the hairstyles and all that up front. And that was the balance. That's the balance. Thiago Silva at the back with Trev Chalobah. One key word. Let's have it right. It's the one thing we lack. Experience. Trev's got experience under Tommy T coming through the ranks at Chels. And Thiago Silva speaks for itself. Elite general, bruv. Absolute baller, Rolls Royce player, yeah. And then mix into that, you got Brillo Pad Cucurella or Cucci, whatever you want to call him, and you got the fine French cuisine Gusto on the right, who's had a decent season. He's filling in for Reece James, and I say that he's filling in for Reece James because Reece James is a better player. All right, I don't want to debate there, but there was a balance there. There was a core there. There was an understanding there. And that's the only reason why we obliterated Everton. And we went early. Now, I want to bring up a key point. Sean Dyche, yeah? That geezer came out after the game and he said, we know how fragile Chelsea are and inconsistent they are and, well, inexperienced, let's have it right. So we thought we'd go at them and play with a high line. But that's the worst thing they could have done. What they should have done is played a low block every channel and make it very difficult for Chelsea to break them down. And all we have to do is rely on Cole Palmer, or let's have it right. All we do is rely on Cole Palmer. It's Cole Palmer FC at Chelsea. But they went for us because they wanted to capitalise on it. And that's where they got caught out. And the reason they got caught out is that goal, that first goal. My, bruv. That's got to be the best league goal, team league goal of the season. Played out from the back from Trev Chalobah to Caicedo timing of Caicedo to make that ball to Gusto. Gusto then plays it into, was it Cole Palmer? Yeah, straight away Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer does a nutmeg, turns, has 2 Everton players on him, back heels a nice timed weighted pass a back heel all the way to Jackson. Jackson makes the layoff, and Cole Palmer with the Minerals just slots it in, bruv, places it in. 1-0 up straight away. Absolute result, bruv. Absolute result. Then you get the second goal, a killer goal, header, job done. Let's have it right. Now, the first goal, I think, was left-footed, if I'm right. Left-footed, his first goal, Cole Palmer. Then he scores the header to go 2-0 up. In that moment, Everton had a chance. They played a ball across and they almost got a goal, but it was offside. If that did go in, you know how the tune plays out. Nerves start to happen. The players' mentality's a little bit, across the team I'm talking about. Certain players have got mentality. But in those 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 2-0, weathered that little storm. Because let's have it right, Everton were toothless anyway. They were toothless. They didn't have nothing to locker. In fact, it's the worst Everton performance I've seen. In fact, it's probably the worst Everton, the worst team we've played all season at the Bridge. And that's credit of Burnley, bruv, and Sheffield. Not a Bridge, but just generally, Sheffield United played better than Everton. And so did Burnley, hence why they got a result against us. But these guys, bruv, terrible. They were shocking. Everton are in the mud, and mate, long continue, bruv. Can't stand them, bruv. We've got a shit record at Goodison. Let's have it right. You know how it is. But anyway, then you get a mistake. Pickford, shit ball. Palmer picks it up, places it, scores with his right foot, bruv. The geezer bags a hattie. Cole Palmer bags a hattie in what? 25 minutes? Half an hour, bruv? Lands the damn Minerals. Unbelievable, bruv. In fact, he's the first ever Chelsea player to bag a back-to-back hat-trick at the Bridge. It's madness, bruv. The only one that's come close is Didier Drogba. 2010, he scored a hat-trick, but he done it in over 2 seasons. This is over 1 season, so he's breaking records there. It's incredible, bruv. This player, City's boy, is Chelsea's man, bruv. To have it right. And we have to salute Joe Shields, because Joe Shields is the one that vouched for this kid. Joe Shields knew at his time at Man City, I'm going to go and buy this player. We have to go and buy this player. No one knew about Cole Palmer. I even rented going, is this a joke? We've sold Mount, we've sold Havertz, we've sold Jorginho, Kovacic, all these players, and you're bringing us Cole Palmer. No one knew he'd land these Minerals this year. No one can tell you that. And if they are telling you that, they're waffle merchants. They're liars, bruv. All right, because they don't want to go, I did say it. I'm so right. No, you're all waffle merchants, bruv. No one expected this output from Cole Palmer, right? And I know football. I know players. And listen, I said he's a decent player when we signed him. But are we really going to depend on this kid? Well, right now we are. That's the reality situation. Is we're depending on a fucking 21-year-old from Manchester City. It's madness, bruv. It's madness. This guy's dug us out of the mud countless times this season, and he's continued to do that and bags a hattie back to back. Unbelievable. 3-0 up, you killed the game, bruv. Then you get the next instant, the next process, a ball across from Cucurella, Nico Jackson, first touch, turns, scores, near post. I think Pickford should have saved it. Let's have it right. Pickford, hello, mate. Yeah, you had a stinker, bruv. And I'm glad you had a stinker because we needed 3 points. Well, let's have it right. On probably a better day, he probably saves that. People twerking for that Jackson goal, going, oh, what an amazing goal, and calling baby Drogba and all his shit. Yeah, he played all right in moments, but I don't rate him. He's not the striker to take your Premier League titles. He's not the striker to win your Champions League. He's not that guy. He's come from a small sample size from Villarreal. And these clowns have basically vouched for this guy as lead our campaign this season. And that tells you everything you need to know, bruv. But I'll get on to that. The reality of the situation is we go 4-0 up. Game's dead and buried, bruv. Everton are done. They're in the mud. They've got no way out. And the game's killed. And respect to it. Loving it, bruv. Half time, chilling, bruv. Relaxing, having a chat. That is it, bruv. Everyone's thinking, no, we can't let this one slip. We can't we can't let a 4-0 lead go. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it comes to the second half, and we get. In fact, before I say that, I want to say this. Cole Palmer is now two goals, I think it is 2 or 3 goals behind Lampard's total in the first season, who's got the record at Chelsea. That's the first thing. And he's literally, he's 2 goals off it. He's remarkable, bro. He scored the perfect hattie in less than 20 minutes in the game. That is phenomenal, bruv. All right. I salute this player. I love his mentality. I love the fact that he's owning the pressure. I love the fact that he's never dies into the 90th minute in a game. Against United, he scored that penalty to equalise, and he grabbed the ball and he went straight to the centre circle to say, come on, let's try and win this. Because that's mentality. I'll tell you why he's got that mentality. Because he's come from a club that's got that mentality. He's come from a grassroots where he's learned the philosophy of Pep Guardiola. He's been training recently, before we bought him, with world-class players, a world-class squad, levels through the roof, leadership through the roof, experience through the roof, treble-winning team, bruv. All right? That's what he's come from. So you've bought that DNA. We can't say that about all the other players that we bought, because it shows on the pitch that they're nowhere near that level. In fact, Cole Palmer is levels above everyone in this team, bar your Thiago Silva, who is at the end of his career, but he's not at that world-class level. But what I will say is, in terms of what we've bought, Cole Palmer is at the top, bruv. I mean, this guy is literally playing like a 25-year-old at the moment. It's ridiculous, bruv. It's madness that this guy is pulling up numbers as he is. I said, get me to 30 GA. Now, he's got me to 30 GA. We've got a player that's got us over 30 GA. Fantastic. Playing in his position, he's doing that. Mason Mount didn't play in his position and got 30 GA. There's a different conversation there. There's context there. Mason Mount's a number 8. Cole Palmer is actually a right winger, right forward, bro. You understand me? That's what he is. So he's playing in his position. But for me, Cole Palmer right now, carrying Chelsea Football Club, land the damn minerals. He's been the best player this season. People can say Gusto, but for me, Cole Palmer edges it all day long. So salute to Cole Palmer. Salute to Joe Shields, who actually got this guy. He should be a director at Chelsea, not Carrot Eating Winstanley, Stuart Little. They ain't got a clue what they're buying, bruv. Do you understand me? They don't understand what they're buying. So I'll say this. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing. It's just a shame that he's playing with players that are not on his level, that haven't come from his background. Now, well, the one thing about Cole Palmer is he makes it look so easy, everything he does. It's like you go to watch a game now and we just go to watch Cole Palmer. I absolutely loved watching him last night. I just like watching him. I think he's a wonderful player to watch. But what impresses me the most is how he makes it look so easy, is he's got a football brain. Because at Pep Guardiola's grassroots, the way that they train these players, that they instill that you have to use your footballing brain. Talent's not enough. Pace ain't enough. Strength ain't enough. Mentality is necessary. Football IQ and understanding and the reading of the game is necessary. And the rest combines with that. And you combine all those minerals together, and that creates a profile player that's fit to play for Pep Guardiola. That is what we got in Cole Palmer at Chelsea Football Club. And you can see it. His positional awareness is second to none in this team. He knows where to be. He knows what balls to play. He can read the game. He'll go deep when he needs to go deep. He's got the mentality, and an elite mentality, all right, even when the chips are down, that he sets an example, some kind of leadership in a way in what we lack in this team, especially in the front line and certain moments in the midfield. We lack that leadership, and we have without Thiago Silva in the defence. We lack leadership. We lack composure. We lack a footballing brain, a great reading of the game. That is what Cole Palmer brings us. And that's what people got to appreciate, because we can all accept we like to see potential and this and that. But what you've bought in Cole Palmer is something that you don't get just going in the market buying a bunch of kids with great data. You've got to assess the mentality, the actual understanding of the game, reading the game. You need a track record. You need to see where you're buying them from. We might as well gone to Man City and ransacked a load of their academy kids, because we had the best academy at Chelsea Football Club. Even right now, it's still up there, but we're not using it. Instead, we're overpaying for kids, which is going to lead me to my next point. But before we get to that, running through the goals, because Everton did nothing. There's nothing in that game for them to talk about. The reality situation, you got Alfred Gilchrist comes on and he scores his first goal for Chels. And that is what it means for this kid to play for Chelsea. Boyhood club, dream to score his debut first goal for Chelsea. Goes up to the shed, hugs all the supporters in the shed, screaming with happiness, bruv, because he's a Chelsea boy. He's cobbing through and through. He's proper Chels. All right. Sad thing is, he's going to be shipped out eventually, probably loaned out or fucking exiled for the pound note again. And that's the reality with these clowns, which is what people can't be blindsided to. You've got to understand what these clowns are. Their main ambition is at Chelsea. It's all about that, mate. Yeah. It's not about keeping a culture, the DNA of Chelsea. That's getting stripped out. They're creating their own culture and own DNA, and that's to make money, bruv. That's all it is. But the reality is that really made me so happy. We were cheering him. We were loving it, bruv, because that's what it means, bruv. What a great moment for Alfie Gilchrist, bruv. And to score against Scousers, fantastic. Love that. Drink that minerals in, bruv. Respect to him. And that was a great moment. And he shows what it means to play for Chelsea. He understands what that means for him to play for that badge, to score a goal for our club. We've got too many players in this squad that don't know what it means to play for Chelsea, that don't even understand because the DNA's been gutted out, all right? And they are here on astronomical wages for doing absolutely now at their previous clubs, bruv, or previous leagues. And that's the reality situation, which brings me on to the main event, the handbags of a penalty. Now, let's have it right, yeah? This penalty should be Cole Palmer's penalty, irrespective. We all know Cole Palmer's a penalty taker. He's been it all season. He hasn't missed one penalty. Whether you're 5-0 up, 10-0 up, 1-0 up, you take that penalty. That's Cole Palmer. He takes the penalty. So why is it Madueke for a second time, and you've got the Sterling incident as well, taking the ball, wanting to take the penalty? Why have we got that? And then you get Jackson giving it, going up there to try and take the ball off Madueke and Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer pushes him. Then Gallagher, the captain, steps in and pushes him. You've got Thiago Silva that goes over there to calm Jackson and Madueke down, who are having it with each other, handbags. It's an absolute pantomime. It's embarrassment. We're a fucking laughing stock. And it ain't a good look on Pochettino, bruv. So have it right. It ain't a good look on anything at Chelsea. In fact, what that depicts is the circus and calamity behind the scenes. There's no unity or harmony. It's a fucking shit show. And that's exactly what happened. You're 4-0 up. You're fighting for a penalty because for your own personal gain, Nico Fraudulent Jackson, who's all he dreams about is slosh pot wet, and Madueke, grasshopper that he is, who I don't fucking rate either, all right? This guy fighting for a penalty when you know the hierarchy as it stands. If you're a penalty taker, you allow, and you have to have the penalty taker or the captain dictate who takes that penalty. Well, if Cole Palmer wants to give you that ball, take the penalty, then that's what you get. You accept that, you embrace it, and you take that penalty, and you damn right better score it. The reality is Cole Palmer ain't going to give you that penalty. Why should he? Number one, he's chasing a golden boot as it stands with Haaland. Can you believe we're even saying this madness and we're sitting mid-table? It's fucking madness, bro. All right? And on top of that, you've got Nico Jackson for his own personal game, wants to break his 15, he wants his target 15 goals or 20 goals in a GA and all this jazz, all right? Personal game. You've got Madueke wants to get in on the act to try and make themselves look like they're contributing because Cole Palmer's stealing the show, bruv. He's the best player. He's mudding everyone in attack. He's mudding everyone. He's mudding our midfield. There's no production of goals from the midfield. Only Gallagher's produced goals, bruv. Enzo very rarely because they know nothing, bruv. All right? And in the front line, it ain't consistent. No one else is putting the numbers up like Cole Palmer. So Cole Palmer's got every fucking right to take that penalty. And he didn't miss it either. And let me ask you this, all right? Well, let me land this one, all right? Where was Jackson or Madueke when Madueke won that penalty, which wasn't really a penalty against Manchester United, all right, to bring us, get us back in the game, right at the end, in the final minutes of the game against United? Where was Madueke grabbing the ball? Where was Jackson grabbing the ball, bruv? Or other games where it's a big penalty moment, the Manchester City game. Why are they not grabbing the penalty in that high pressure moment? No, Cole Palmer grabs the penalty. In fact, the first time Cole Palmer grabs his penalty this season, that's when he showed, I'm ready to take ownership and responsibility. And even the gaffer came out and said that yesterday. But why have you got to come out and say that? The reality situation is they didn't have the bottle of minerals to go and pick up and fight for that ball, take that penalty. Irrespective, Cole Palmer's going to take the penalty, but it just shows you they want to stack that pad for their own personal game, and that's a piss poor mentality. It's a selfish mentality, and it should be always number one that the team is the priority. The club and the team is the priority, and you have to respect the hierarchy. And people throwing in, oh well, Ballack was having it out with Didier Drogba in the Wigan game. Everyone remembers last game of the season, and he was trying to get golden boot, and Lampard wouldn't give him the penalty, and Lampard's a penalty taker. All right, and we're already winning the league, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? Yeah, that's the mentality. All right, you have to respect. Lampard didn't give it. What if Lampard didn't give it? He'd only have 210 goals, so 211 goals for Chelsea. It's those fine margins. So Lampard is the penalty taker. He takes it. And these are world-class players. These are winners, bruv. They've got every right to argue. It shows a bastard mentality. It shows levels in the game. Shows that you want to win, bruv. All right, at all costs. And you've got personal game as well, but you can't put that in front of the hierarchy. You've got to respect the hierarchy in the team. Unfortunately, in our team, we've got a bunch of fucking kindergartens. We ain't got any leadership. There's no example. Our gaffer's a jellyfish. Let's have it right. Because he should be saying, this is the penalty taker behind the scenes. So you don't have these episodes on the pitch embarrassing us. Put a damper on the result. Let's have it right. People looking at it going, what an embarrassment, bruv. What a laughing stock we are. And these clowns have turned us into a laughing stock. That's the reality situation, bruv. All right. And it just highlights it. But I'm giving you examples of elite players fighting that have delivered at Chelsea. These players haven't delivered not one trophy for Chelsea Football Club. They haven't delivered that. They haven't delivered any consistency. They're not elite players, but they're acting so egotistical. Why? Because these clowns have handed them 8-year contracts, 6-year contracts on mega wages where they haven't earned the right to earn those wages. So they've got this kind of like attitude and arrogance about themselves for being shit. Whereas our elite players had arrogance because they know what it meant to play for Chelsea. They knew the standards at Chelsea because of our owner, Don Roman, and they also delivered the minerals and landed it, bruv. All right, and gave us in product. That's the difference. You can have that ego when you do that. And the only player that can do that is Cole Palmer right now. And you can see he oozes of ego. He oozes of arrogance. He knows he's a top dog at Chelsea. So when he's got Madueke, who clearly I don't think he rates, he doesn't even rate Jackson. You can see it on the pitch. He's looking at him going, are you having me on? I'm the top dog here. I'm the one that ain't missed a penalty. I don't miss. So what are you trying to take the penalty from me, bro? What? For what? You know what I'm saying? Fucking jog on, mate. Yeah? And yet they still want to give it that after. They still want to give it that. That's poor, bruv. That's very poor, bruv. Yeah? It's embarrassing. And I'm happy Cole Palmer landed Dan Minerals and scored that and got his 4th goal. 4 goals he scored in one game. 4 goals. That's madness. And he got an assist as well. You know what I'm saying, man? What are we doing here, bruv? You don't doubt the kid. The guy's ice cold blue veins, bruv, on that penalty spot in front of the goal. Let's have it right. So there is no control behind the scenes. There's no respect. There's no leadership. There's no experience in this team, which is why you get a shit show like this. And that is the facts. All right? Anyone else they can bring up arguments and this and that and try and defend Madueke Jackson. Let's have it right. If I'm the gaffer or if I'm the owners, yeah, and I know our narratives get put out. There's things that go on in this club, all right, and the PR that comes out, I know they listen to the MineralsFC because we are voice of Chelsea. We land it as it is, yeah, all right. And I'll give you an example, all right. What would be an exposure with Thiago Silva? Thiago Silva will be saying he's exiled. He won't sign NDA because he's leaving the club. That still stands, all right. But let's have it right. Poch has to play him because he ain't got no other options. But the Chile's not good enough. Disasi's injured. You've got no Fafana. You've got no Colwill. So you're only left with Trev Baresi and you're only left with Thiago Silva. What did the main account do yesterday? The main account, when do they ever retweet players on their main account? They retweet Thiago Silva last night. Oh, wouldn't you? Well, is that a coincidence? No, it's not. No, it's not. They're trying to show we've got no issues with Thiago Silva. We love him. We chanted Thiago Silva relentlessly, bruv. Let's have it right. We love him. I love him. I love him. He's won us Champions League, bruv. He's a goat, mate. Absolute goat. Yeah. And Trev Chalobah, the way he's been disrespected as well, bruv, they were fantastic in this game, man. That's how you are at the back, calm, collective, playing it out the back, controlling it. Didn't concede a goal. Where's your agenda now, you Thiago Silva agenda merchants, Trev Chalobah agenda merchants, all you lot calling Disasi the Black John Terry, man? What's fucking wrong with you? Because of one game against Man City. It's embarrassing, which we drew. We didn't even win, all right? It's madness, bruv. The fan base on social media is just toxic. It's wrong in behaviour. It's immature, bruv. And that's the reality. And this is what these clowns play on. Let's have it right. The data tells them on social media, Thiago Silva. So now we have to retweet his thing. That's how they play, man. They play dirty with PR, bruv. And I'm going to expose more of what they've been doing today. All right. And last night. I'm going to fucking mud a lot of them. But before I get onto that, I want to go back to the main point, the clear point. This is what's got to be done. And if we got backbone at this football club, which we clearly don't, bruv, it's all jellyfish mentality. Yeah. Then let's have it right. Yeah. Mudueke and Jackson, not only should they be dropped for the FA Cup semi-final, yeah, all right, they should also be docked a whole month's wages for what they've done. To show levels in the game, to show that you can't be mucking around like that. I don't want to hear Pochettino coming out going, this is not a joke. Trust me, it's not going to happen again. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. But you haven't landed the Minerals gaffer in the dressing room with all the players to set the tone and say Cole Palmer's the penalty taker. You didn't do that at the get-go. And that's why we got this shit show. So, yeah, I don't trust what you come out of your PR because let's have it right. He's trying to give it all the big one now. He's trying to show he's a bit fiery and all that. The reality situation is he's rattled because he knows he's relieved. He was celebrating like he won the Champions League final again, bruv. All right, with that second goal by Cole Palmer because he's relieved, bruv. He left Cole Palmer on for fucking what? 85th minute, 80 minutes? All right, when the guy's knackered, stop playing him, bruv. Let him have a rest for the semi-final, bruv. What are we doing here? Because he don't trust the team, bruv. He don't trust the team, bruv. That's the reality, man. He's sad, bruv. And like, at the end of the day, listen, I'm not going to come solely at Pochettino because he's not a bad gaffer. And he's definitely not worse than the list that they've given us. Arnie Slot, the Herpes, fucking, what's his name? Eddie Howler and Thomas Dumbo Frank. I mean, my. That's a PR stunt to make Pochettino look like, look, we've got a decent gaffer here. Because the reality is we'll be downgraded even further than Jellyfish Potter, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, aside from that, they should be fined and they should be dropped. And that should be the narrative. That should be laying the law down of we don't tolerate this nonsense at Chelsea because this behaviour, this is not Chelsea, but this is what you get from kids, overpaid kids that shouldn't even be wearing this Chelsea shirt. And that's the reality. The other fact of the matter is Cole Palmer's GA is 51% of Chelsea's entire GA. I want you to drink them minerals in and understand that for a second, right? Because if you took away Cole Palmer's digging us out, his goals and assists, some games we didn't even win, but we got draws, we would literally be 17th in the table, bruv. Yeah? 18th in the table. We'd be fighting relegation, all right? Because the reality is the rest of this squad, the shit show in the team, is a shambles. It's a shambles. And that's a scary thought. Because last season, if you took away Tommy T's 10 points, we would have been getting relegated last season as well. The road to 40 points went down to the wire. This is the reality at Chelsea. Don't let a 6-0 blindside you to what the reality is. Because if anyone wants to remind themselves, we bottled it against Sheffield United away. We had a lucky result against United, which was great night out. Let's have it right. We're celebrating and all that because we hate them. And then the game before that, we dropped a 2-0 or 2-0 lead against a 10-man Burnley with no gaffer in the dugout. That's the state of Chelsea. That's the true narrative. I'm praising players that deserve to be praised, but I'm also calling out what it is. All right? Because the situation doesn't change. The other main factor as well is Enzo Fernandez not in that midfield. The guy ain't got legs. He can't play a six because he's not a six. He can't do what Jorginho does. And Jorginho, we struggled with it in certain times, yeah. And it took a long time for him to adapt. Enzo hasn't got time to adapt because Chelsea pressure from the supporters is relentless, bruv. And that's where we need to keep our standards and pressure at the top. And that's what I will do on my channel. I will not allow these standards to drop because the standards that we keep high, as they should be, at Chelsea standards, is what drives us forward, which will hopefully make a difference to these clown lakes upstairs. That's the first thing, right? At the bare minimum, we do that. Right, but Enzo Fernandez in the midfield, not enough legs, can't play the six, so he can't protect the back four. So you're exposing the back four. He hasn't got recovery. He doesn't play well with Caicedo. He can't play with Connor and Caicedo. In fact, Caicedo is very similar box to box to what an Enzo is. Gallagher is that as well. So it's almost like you've got three like-for-like players, but the chemistry between Caicedo and Gallagher is definitely better. Now, let's land it for what it is. If Enzo played this game and we won 6-0, and Gallagher was the one that was injured, the agenda would have been disgraceful on Conor Gallagher. And you would have had all these melts coming at Conor Gallagher going, look at how well we played. Oh, look at this. We're better with Enzo and Caicedo. It's another, we can flip the script the other way because the reality is Conor played the game and Enzo didn't. And we played better and we looked more balanced and healthy in the midfield. We had an engine in the midfield to allow our attack to do what the attack does. Very important. Also, I don't think Enzo suits Pochettino's formations and style of play. And that's another fact. The other thing I want to say is this, all right? They'll come out, these wrong-uns that are at Enzo stands and sexuals, and they'll go, oh, but it was a shit Everton. So now we're propping a 6-0, but now it's a shit Everton because Gallagher played in the 6-0 team. This is what I'm talking about, bro. And there's no hiding. They were shit. They were the worst team I've seen at the Bridge, all right? Worst team we've played against, in fact. Very rare do you see Everton play the way they did, all right? And they got it wrong and they're in the gutter. But listen, we took advantage of that, as we should do. As we should have done this season. We missed chances, XG Paul Merchants, all that. I'm not interested, bro. If you don't take your chances, you don't win, you don't get the points on the board, and you don't progress, and there's no development, bro. And that's the reality, is because we rely on one fucking man, a 21-year-old who's actually a man for Chelsea, that is laying the minerals and digging us out, bro. 51%. And that's before the Everton game. It's probably gone up to about, 55% of our GA, bro, as a whole, as a club. What are the rest of the other players doing, bro? What are we relying upon? You know, we're relying on an ex-City player, you know, a minerals general now. You know what I'm saying? He's got the minerals, bruv. Let's have it right. He's actually got the minerals. Yeah. And I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give him that 100%, bro. If anyone, everyone says about Cole Palmer, oh, he should have the number 10 shirt. This, that. No. You know what shirt he should have? He should have the number 8 shirt, like Frank Lampard, bruv. Because he's putting up Frank Lampard numbers now, like Mason Mount was doing. This is what I'm talking about, bruv. The sad reality of the situation is that if these clowns were serious, yeah, about winning and ambition, we'd have to build around a player like Cole Palmer. This is a player you build around. He's earned it now. He's proved it, bruv. He's earning his stripes, bruv. You know what I'm saying? He's earning his stripes. And he's delivering, bruv. And he's got an arrogance and swag about him where it's almost like now, this is a scary truth, yeah? This is a scary truth, is Cole, understand something. Cole Palmer was told by Pep Guardiola, stay and wait a year or leave. And Cole Palmer said, look, I want to stay, but I want to let me go on loan. No, you stay or leave. That was your ultimatum. Chelsea came in for him because of Joe Shields, probably couldn't believe he was available, and took him. And we bought him for 50 odd million. That balances the books for City, who clearly wanted to make some pure profit, and they got that. And I tell you what, it's a Kevin De Bruyne situation, except this is their Cobham boy. It's one of their own. City's one of their own, is Chelsea's main guy. That's mad, bruv. Yeah, let's have it right. But the reality is, what's the truth here? The truth is what I see. The truth is what I see. Cole Palmer is literally playing for himself in a way, because he's looking at the team around him. He's looking at the balance of the squad, and he knows he's the best player. And he's very young. There's no world-class players in this team bar Thiago Silva. Reece James, you can say that, yeah. There's no one of leadership apart from those two players. Well, Thiago Silva. That's a worrying sign. You see, he's putting up personal numbers. He took that penalty. He wants that GA. He wants that golden boot. He's playing for his next move. This is the honest way I see it. Because you've got to understand, from his perspective, he left the best team in the world to come to Chelsea for a so-called project, which was PR'd by him and other players. Let's have it right. All right. To what? To stay at Chelsea for 5-6 years? Are we fucking dreaming here or something? What's the project saying at Chelsea right now? It's a selfish move for him, for his own personal gain. Loyalty in the game is dead and buried. It's loyalty for your own personal gain, your own personal interest. You've only got a 10-year footballing career span, and for the pound note and what money he can get. Now, the reality is these clowns are going to have to up his wages. They're also going to have to fend off a lot of clubs that are going to be after him. And I wouldn't be surprised this summer if you've got big clubs coming in for him, and he will go into these big teams, and he might not be seen as the big dog because you've got big dogs in that team, but in Chelsea's team, he's the big dog at our team. Because why is this? And this is the Minerals landing. Just like when we bought Cucurella, looked amazing at the Seagull Merchants. Just like you look at Ivan Toney, looks fantastic at Brentford. You look at all these mid-table teams, and there's one or two players that you go, they're standouts. Yeah, there's standouts in that team because their team's dog shit. But when they get transferred to a bigger team, certain levels, world-class Minerals in there, they don't all of a sudden look like the best player in the team. Just like Berbatov was at Spurs. And then he went to Man United. He had Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo's and all these players, bruv, in that team. Do you understand the levels? He's not the top dog no more. So you have to raise your levels up. You got players to raise your levels up. Cole Palmer's at a farming team, a development club, because that's where we are now. A mid-table club buying young players from a Seagull Merchant model to implement, build them up and sell them for pound note. Cole Palmer's value's doubled. He's probably 100 million right now. He's proven it in the best league, most relentless league in the world, most broadcasted league in the world. And you've got big teams now definitely looking at him. And while I'm going to sound out, everyone's going to hate it. I think Legohead. I think Legohead, who's worked with him, knows him, will be licking his lips asking for Cole Palmer at Arsenal from Chelsea. Listen, if these clowns get a sniff that a club is willing to pay 100 million for this player and offer him double the wages he's on at Chelsea with their increase, we got a problem at Chelsea. And that'll be a reality eye-opener because I don't see Cole Palmer staying here beyond 2 seasons at best, at the most, because I don't see how we're going to develop for him to want to stay at Chelsea. And that's worrying and sad because he looks a class player, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you an example with Arsenal. It could be another Barcelona team. It could be Real Madrid. I don't know if they'll go in the market right now. But you look at Bellingham, you look at Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer right now, this season's clear of Saka. Let's have it right. Let's say it for what it is. He's clear of Saka. They'll go, oh, Saka was 21, was playing for England. Yeah, well, Cole Palmer's probably going to get in the England squad for the Euros. Let's have it right. In fact, I'll play him in the Euros. International level, I think this kid's different level, different gravy, bruv. Yeah, he's showing it, bruv. The reality is, he's not clear of Foden. Foden's doing madness, bruv. But Foden's been cottonwooled by Pep. He's been groomed by Pep. And Cole Palmer turned that down. So what makes you think he's going to turn down big money signings to a club that's competing in Champions League football, competing or winning trophies to stay at Chelsea for a fucking project? Don't be delusional, bruv. So watch out for that space. And they need to cash in, bruv. That'd be a lot of money, a lot of profit, bruv. All right. So these are the facts of the situation. I want people to understand this, yeah? Going back to the way Madueke and Jackson acted, how you should be acting is how Gilchrist acted, of knowing what it means to respect the club. You've got to respect the club. You've got to respect your teammates. You've got to respect your gaffer. They clearly don't, bruv. Let's have it right. So I want to address something very, very, very important as well. Yeah. Make sure you're smashing the like button because I'm landing facts and minerals here. Yeah. All right. It's very, very important and very, very important, I'd say this, to understand Pochettino's in a pickle right now. Yeah. He's in a big, big dilemma. And I'm going to explain to you why he's in a dilemma. Because of Enzo Fernandez. If everyone remembers back before this season, Caicedo and Enzo came back from international duty and they were thrown into the game. They flew 48 hours before the game and they came in to the Chelsea game. And he said, if they didn't play, the supporters will be on my back and they'll hate me. All right, they'll kill me. Also, the owners will kill me. Now, let's have it right. Enzo Fernandez is star boy. They paid a big money signing for him. 105 million they paid for Enzo Fernandez. Got their pants pulled down. He knows playing without Enzo were better. Now, granted, we played a shit Everton team. We did play shit Everton team. The proof's in the pudding when we play Man City. These players have got to do it against the big teams. Against Arsenal now. Against Spursy. You want to try and get Europa League, you've got to do that. Yeah? You've got to learn the minerals. You've got to show the levels and do it where it counts. Not against dead teams like Everton. And you couldn't even do it against dead teams this season if it wasn't for Cole Palmer in certain situations. So this is my point I'm trying to say is Enzo now, is he going to play him or is he not going to play him? Because I don't think it fits. It don't fit right. And this is a problem. The owners want him played. Not only this, Enzo's agent is being told by Enzo to get him a move out. That's number one. People don't know that. Don't shoot the minerals, man. Let's have it right. The second thing is this, all right? They know this behind the scenes. So they need him to play to keep his value up. If he doesn't play, his value don't go up. Gallagher's getting played. His value's going up. He's captain of Chelsea. His value's gone up, bruv. Standard. All these young players' value's gone up because they've been advertised with Chelsea Football Club. I don't believe for 1 second these clans are building with these players. What they're going to do is ship players out to bring in maybe better signings, but you're still in the same situation where you don't have experience, you have a thin squad, and it goes round and round and round the magic roundabout 24/7. Because you need to add to the squad. The reality is FFP doesn't allow you to do that. That's the pickle you're in. Pochettino's in a position now. Is he going to be a general and fight for his own dignity, self-respect, and do what's right for the club and the team and play the current midfield of Caicedo and Gallagher and drop Enzo and play? Because especially against City, Enzo in a massive pitch at Wembley, mate, even Gallagher with Caicedo on a big pitch in Wembley against their midfield, mate, that's terrifying, bruv. Let's have it right. City are on form at the moment and they're hungry. They want to go for that second treble, bruv. All right. Listen, they're all there for the pound note and they're not there for Chelsea, which is what I'm trying to give you an example with Cole Palmer is you're playing for yourselves. And that's the problem we got. It's individual brilliance you rely on. It's individual moments. There's no unity. There's no cohesion. There's no structure aligned and cohesion with the gaffer, directors and owners. It's the owners and the model that dictates the directors, and the directors dictate the gaffer, and the gaffer, what can he dictate? Because he's been dictated to play certain players. What I'm trying to say to you is Enzo will be forced to be played, and it's going to fuck up the balance because the balance needs tweaks for you to get the best out of Enzo. Do you understand what I'm saying? Instead, you should be building around Cole Palmer and getting him the right quality around him to make him want to fucking well stay at Chelsea to show we're going to try and compete, bruv. This is the problem we got at Chels. This is the problem we got. You got to remember he's a Manc lad. You know, he's not loyal to Chelsea. He's not loyal to Manchester City, bruv. He's come from there. You know what I'm saying? He's loyal to himself and his career and being a superstar. I see him as a superstar. I see Cole Palmer as that player. The only problem I'll say with Cole Palmer is his physique and structure for what he does and the way he plays if he continues to be played every single game, every minute, because we fucking have to, we have to rely on him. And not only that, the squad depth's not there and the quality's not there. And the quality that's in the first team's not even there with him. You can run the risk of him burning him out, wearing him out like a Saka, like a Mason Mount, because you have to depend on these players, all right? And they get injuries going forward. That's going to be the problem with Cole Palmer at this rate, bruv. Yeah. But Poch even came out and he says it's not important tactics, it's not important this and that. It's to make the players feel comfortable. What a load of waffles that, bruv. This is the mentality of the clowns, because the clowns said we want a family environment. We want everyone to be happy-go-lucky. No, you need a bastard mentality environment to demand the best, to get the best results, to create a benchmark, a level, a standard. And there's no standards at Chelsea no more. And you saw that with a penalty incident. You've seen that throughout the whole season. Those standards are not going to change, bruv. That's the reality, bruv. It's worrying. Another worrying factor is Mudryk. Mudryk looked not in the game. Few little good passes, but not in the game. He's a counter-attacking player. He will suit Liverpool down to a T, the way that they play. He doesn't suit possession football. He's a player that I think you bring on when you're 2-0 up and you've got a team coming on to you, you want to counter. Or you're playing a team that's got a high line where he can get into the last man of the shoulder and get into the spaces with his pace. That's his game. He's a little bit one-dimensional for me. He's got talent, don't get me wrong. As it says, talent ain't enough. Well, it ain't enough. And I think like he's a big money signing, but let's have it right. He's not living up to it. And I do like Mudryk, but I think there's a move there for him out of the football club. But where do they make the money? They will make the money. They'll find a way to make the money. And I think if he does go to an Arsenal, he'll ball out. If he goes to a Liverpool, he balls out. The same for Enzo. If Enzo went Man City, he balls out. Ask yourself, why? Because they have a balance. Experienced leadership. Younger, experienced winners. Youth. That's the blueprint. They will slot into that. They'll have an elite gaffer who is allowed to do their job and run the team and run the day-to-day business and work with a structure. That's why these players, when they leave Chelsea, will look great. That's why loan players look better than what they are at Chelsea. It's the structure that's the cancer at Chelsea, not the players and the gaffer. The players have been bought here by the club, by AI scouting, bruv. Yeah, that's what's happened. You understand me? So I need people to address that situation, bruv. Yeah. And another thing, Cole Palmer supports Manchester United. So what's his allegiance to Chelsea? I'm just putting the feelers out there to understand the game and how it is, bruv, because it's almost gone, this ownership are not about building a team to win. They're about building a team for financial gain. And right now, they're on that way, bruv. They're on that way. Another thing that's a fucking embarrassment is these players coming down the tunnel after a 6-0 win against a dead Everton, and they're doing all this gang sign fucking bullshit. I mean, what is this, bruv? It's like they come from the streets, man. It's embarrassing, bruv. Have some respect. Understand who you're playing for, bruv. You're not roadmen. You know what I'm saying? You're footballers, bruv. Show a bit of class, bruv, and respect, bruv. And do it. Maybe do it when you won a fucking trophy. Not just beating a dead team. You know what I'm saying, man? And also, Nico Jackson's celebration. I have to bring this up and address this. It's embarrassing going up to the cameras like he's fucking Slippy G or something, like he's scoring some winning goal in a title race, or you've won the Premier League title, or it's a cup, you've won a final in a game. You know what I'm saying? You go up to the camera and giving it all the Neymar celebrate. It's fucking embarrassing, bruv. That's what it is. It's kids living up to, we can't believe we've hit the jackpot, playing in the Premier League, playing for a club, the biggest club in London, the most elite club in London, Chelsea Football Club. And let's have it right. Shout out Chelsea old boys. Let's have it right. We see things they'll never see. You know what I'm saying? At this rate, they ain't going to fucking see a Champions League at Chelsea. You know, we can't even get in it to see it, to play it, let alone win it. And what do you think? 2 seasons down the line just to get Champions League? You think these players are going to hang about? And do you think we're going to win the Champions League? No, man, they're going to go to a club that's going to try and win. This is what we are now. We're a development feeder club. And that's the reality situation, bro. All right. I want to bring up today what came out. All right. And we're gonna while I do that, smash the like button. Every single one of you, smash to piece the like button. Respect to everyone in here. All right, but let's land it for what it is. Okay. You know what these clowns are like with social media. They got analysts on there. They check everything. They scan it all, bruv, like they're in the fucking Matrix, bruv. Except they can't scan no minerals in the realms of the earth, bruv, because they don't know what minerals are. Yeah. All right. They have literally scanned the agenda where we are just calling out for what it is. That Enzo is not performing. He's even come out and muddied his own stance saying, I haven't been good, I need to do better, when they've been propping mediocrity and propping and protecting a player that hasn't delivered the minerals. And he's been there for just over a year now, bruv. Well, he has been over a year. You know what I'm saying? All right. They've assessed that. What comes out today? Today it comes out, he's been playing with a hernia. He's having to have injections all season. This whole sympathy PR, all right? You got all the kingpins coming out with it, Fabrizio Romano and all these brown envelopes coming out with this PR, and it comes out only a couple of hours ago, all right? Let's say it for what it is. If you've ever had a hernia, it comes and goes. It's not constant, all right? It's not severe like that, and you can play through that if you have it. It's not a good enough excuse. In fact, it's a piss poor PR excuse, all right? To make everyone pity and feel sorry for Enzo, bruv, all right? The reality is, if you don't perform, you get called out. That goes for any fucking player, all right? If you don't deliver, you get called out, all right? The reality is, what value is a player that isn't performing, that is getting called out to not perform? What value is in that player? His value decreases because he's a failed player. So what they have to do is keep the value up, give an excuse, pump the PR, and say this is the reason why he's struggling. Oh, I love Land the Minerals. Let's have it right. And you use all the kingpin PR merchants to do that. That's the first thing. The second thing is someone explain to me why this fraudulent brown envelope, yeah? I love mudding this geezer, bruv. Let's mud him right now. Let's have it right.
To get money from agents to publish information is not legal for a journalist. After 1 second, find one proof and I will deactivate my account.
Fab, I think you're taking this a bit to heart, honestly.
No, it's not too hard. It's too hard because you are on your fucking sofa just using my name and attacking me from your Twitter account with no face, no name and nothing. Just joking on me.
Yeah.
It's not too hard for me because I'm working and I don't like to go on Twitter and see the shit you're putting. Okay. So it could be too hard for you, not for me. I'm working and I don't want someone else to come in and joke on my news. You can joke about it. It's fine. It's humor. It's okay. But joke, not say that I'm getting money. Because I'm not getting any fucking money from the agents of any player. So joke whatever you want. Do humor on me, on my name, or whatever you want.
I'll make it clear. I'll make it clear.
All right. Someone explain to me, all right, why after the game that Fabrizio Romano, you can go through his account. Someone explain within a 4 to 4.5 hour window, this geezer's put about 6 tweets, all on Cole Palmer. All right. Not only that, if you go through from today and last night, he's put out 10 to 11 tweets on Chelsea alone, majority with a bit of Pochettino and mainly Cole Palmer. And now Enzo. Let's have it right. Yeah. That's more than any other club he's put tweets out on his entire page in a quick succession, repeating similar things. Great GA, performances, he's close to Haaland, this and that. Propping PR for Cole Palmer. Why? He doesn't do that on any other fucking player. Why is he doing it on our player? Because he's in the pocket of the clowns. He's in the pocket of the clowns. He's getting paid to push out the PR to add more value to Cole Palmer. For the clowns, to push the narratives for the clowns. Do you understand me? Because they know there's clubs sniffing on him. And you think that they won't cash in on 100 plus million for this player? Absolutely, they fucking well will. Yeah, absolutely they will. Go and look at Fabrizio's tweets and you'll see them all there. He's tweeted more Chelsea Twitter than any other fucking club or player. Yeah? So have it right. I love mudding this guy, man, because he's on the payroll. The other one that's on the payroll, all right, is Pornstein. Because isn't it ironic when you get a result, a decent result, which it is 6-0, whatever, and it's a complete mudding. Someone explain to me why you got Pornstein coming out, and this is what he says. Pornstein on Bowley Clearlake, he says they know expectations are higher. They know they must do better, and they do not want any excuses. They are adamant that despite the public noise, they will get this right. Pornstein is the mouthpiece for these clowns, as he was for Jellyfish Potter when he says Potter's not got months, he's got years. He's one of the best managers in the world. How did that end? Yeah, you're in the mud. It's a bit right. Yeah, he blocked me for that, for me exposing that. All right. But he's coming out saying they'll get it right. You ain't going to get it right. You ain't going to change the model. You're still going to sell all our Cobham players that we rate, like Trev and Connor. So what are you changing, mate? The biggest load of waffle on PR only after wins that they put it out. Because if anyone noticed, after the Sheffield United result, there was hardly any PR from Tom Roddy and Clown Lake. There was hardly any PR. And the only PR you got was the 2 hotels being sold and bought by Blue Coast separate company, Property Holdings, to balance the books, which now you're getting reports that the FA and the Premier League are questioning this, and it's not a done deal apparently now. So you had all that PR there, died down. Now you've got to win, and you've got all this PR. You've got agenda on Enzo. Let's put PR that he's got a hernia and he's got injuries. He needs operation, and he could be out for 3 weeks. If you have a private health hernia operation, you'll be back in the gym in about 4 days, bruv. We're talking 3 weeks. Oh, do we risk him for, not playing for the FA Cup? And you create a divide. You got Gallagher supporters defending him against Enzo. It's the same like you had with Mason Mount and all these other players. It will never end, because the problem in this fan base, and especially social media, is the toxic negativity and standing of, I want to have bragging rights with rival clubs. These players these players are being used as pawns by supporters. They're not even supporters. They're fucking idiots, right? These fans, all right, that would rather defend their agenda to make sure that they're right, to banter rivals, than rather fucking understand what's happening at Chelsea and defend them and do what's right for our football club as a whole. Because for their own personal benefits and kicks, they just want to banter clubs, knowing that Chelsea are in the fucking gutter, all right, and that we're not going where we should be going, and that the projects are fugazi and it's a lie. This is what I'm talking about. If they change the model and they do what's right, and they buy us some over 26-year-olds, some men in the team, some higher wage structure, some experience and winners, and they change dynamics, and they do sack these clown directors, and they bring us an elite gaffer, so to speak, then we will be on that side. We will support that. Of course, we'll support that, because our duty on the Minerals FC and our works have been done in the right way to push the right narrative, do what's right and best for what? For the club. Not for players, not for gaffers, not for individuals, not for this platform, for the club. There's not enough of that. You've got too much divide. You've got too much of people with their own personal gain, trying to mud rivals, trying to build up agendas and back their agendas and this and that. It's a cancer at the football club. Yeah. All right. I defended Mason Mount, which people hated me for, but he was a winner at our football club. He was our player of the season, man. He delivered at our football club. He was Chelsea through and through, and he's not sold for the fucking pound note. But because of all the agendas and all the brand was flying out, and everyone on the payroll, from Meatloaf Bowling, Siri Merchant, all these journalists have fed into this agenda to control the narrative and the mindset of the fan base, as they've done as a whole, to control their implementation of the model, so have it right. That is the cancer destruction of our football club, which is campaign against Chelsea, which then leads me on to this, all right? I have to give you this right now, all right? Which is another one in the pocket. Let's mud him right now. Joe 90. Joe 90 comes out today He comes out today. What did he say previously? He said in 2 years, Chelsea are going to win the Premier League. Then he came out publicly and said, I retract from that statement. Chelsea, no, they're not going to do that. Because he realised what a shambles we are. Yeah. We win. Fuck me, man. We bottled it against Burnley at home. 10 men Burnley. Let's remind everyone. Let's just remind Joe 90, the fraudulent, yeah, Joe 90, puppet master for Clown Lake, yeah. Let's remind him. Let's refresh his fucking memory here, all right? That we bottled it against Burnley. We win a decent result against United, and then we bottled it against Sheffield United, and then we go and beat a dead Everton 6-0. And this is what this geezer comes out publicly says. On top of, before that, he was calling supporters morons for fighting for their football club, calling out the owners. He was calling the Chelsea Supporters Trust morons. This guy's pro-Bowley, pro-Clear Lake, pro-Clown Lake, pro-fucking Egg Barley. And this guy comes out today and says this. He claims Chelsea are showing world-class signs and hints title contender in the next year or so. So he's retracting. He's gone back on it again. Listen to the brown envelope agenda here, bruv. Is this delusion or what? This is outright delusion. He's there staring at everyone in the face, bruv, and people want to dismiss it. They want to digest that garbage. Why do you think when I called up TalkSport, they wouldn't let me on? They knew my name, Johnny. They know my number. They know I've called in countless times. They know who I am. They see a track record when the caller comes in. They can see what programs I've been on. Everyone knows. Even Jamie O'Hara goes, it's Johnny Minerals, bruv. I don't even say Johnny Minerals. Yeah? Understand this. They wouldn't let me on because I'd crash it and land it. Let's have it right, as Tobes would say. I'd crash it, bruv. Yeah? Land the damn Minerals on Simon Jordan. And that's the facts. They wouldn't let me on because they don't want someone like me who's anti-ownership right now in the way that they're acting on this football club. So I have to do it on my channel and it still will get out. The reality is they only let callers on that are pro these clowns at our football club. That's a disgrace, bruv. You know what I'm saying? It's a disgrace, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, right, we have to question everything at this football club, and you have to be alert. This is what I do. I know how these owners think. I know their PR game. I see right through it. Tonight, I've exposed it with examples, yeah, of what is happening. I've been doing it for ever since I've had my channel, bruv. I've been landing ever since I defended Tommy T, all the way through, man. All right, to all the agendas that have crept up, I have been landing it on them, bruv. All right, nothing gets past me. I see it for what it is, mate. Yeah, and then the final one. Yeah, I love this quote. All right, from Jose. Yeah, he was like, we call them kids. He says, football's really changed a lot. You have to respect Jose Mourinho. He's one of the best managers with some unforgettable quotes. He says, I have to adapt to what young players are now. Lampard at 23 was a man. Players now at 23 aren't meant they're brats. They're overpaid brats. They need to be cotton-wooled. Right now, Cole Palmer is showing that he's a man right now at a young age because he's come from that elite mentality in that elite club at the moment, yeah? All right? And the best team in the world right now, the benchmark. We're nowhere near that team. So what does that tell you about the project and where we're going? It's delusion, bruv. Wake up, people, yeah? Like I say, win, lose or draw, I land the damn Minerals. I won't sugarcoat nothing. I'm not that geezer. If you want that, go somewhere else. Go to everyone else, propping it, going, we're back. Chelsea's amazing. This and that. The reality is we highlight everything. We give praise where it's due, and we also land the Minerals and we mud and expose the fraudulent narratives and the PR antics, because the PR that's killing us, bro. It's the PR that is absolutely dictating every mindset of everyone on social media, everyone on YouTube. All these pundits dictate everything, bruv. Even Delele came out. What did he say about? He said about the penalty or whatever. You know, it's true, bruv. People in the game can see it and they understand it. But today, was it today or last night? Last night, Pochettino lost his rag, and he blew out the press conference because that was a post-match conference. He blew his trumpet. Why? Because all they were asking him was about the Madueke and Jackson fighting for a penalty, trying to take the ball off Cole Palmer for a penalty. It's embarrassing. It shows lack of control and leadership from the gaffer. He's embarrassed because he doesn't really have control. So he's trying to make out he's got control. Talk is cheap. So have it right. You've got to land it for what it is. And I'm not seeing the proof in the pudding, bruv. It's all on Poch. He got rattled, didn't like that he has to take the ownership because he's the one in the mud and had to storm off. The guy that called it out and he was having a disagreement was Neil Barrett, bruv, who used to always come out on the pitch, interview the players, work with Chels TV. Roman let him go. Let's have it right. A few things leaked out. But he's proper Chels, loves the football club, calls it out for what it is. Calls it out for what it is. And he called out Pochettino saying, what a shit fucking, swearing that. Now, this is how it works. You'll get the defense league of Pochettino going, oh, look at the campaign against Chelsea and the journalists, all right, not knowing who the journalist is. You got wrong in saying it's Matt Law when it's not Matt Law, all right, because they've got an agenda on Matt Law, and I've had an agenda on Matt Law, but he's actually been speaking the truth, so I'll respect him for speaking the truth. If he starts speaking dribble and banging smash, I'll call him out for it and have the agenda on him again. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I do, because I'll call out what's true and what's false. And I'll give you your dues, bro. All right? The reality of the situation is, most of these brand events are in it for themselves, and you know that. There's slimy snakes and ladders merchants, bro. All right? Up the ladder, slide down. You know how it goes, yeah? But don't bite the hand that feeds you. And these clans are feeding them nicely. But they retaliated. They called out the mess, the laughing stock, not the fact that we won 6-0, not the fact that Cole Palmer's landing minerals. It got overshadowed by childish petulance, bro. Immaturity. Egotistical brats that Jose Mourinho will call out and say, egotistical brats, bruv. Do you understand me? All right. And he got rattled and walked out and left. Then the other side of the story is people going, oh, he's fighting for Chelsea. No, he's rattled, bruv. He's just rattled. I think at the end of the day, he's got no control. Well, we know that. And that's the reality situation. You know what I mean? He's got to stand up and step up. I say to Pochettino, it's my message, Pochettino, yeah. Do what's right for your own career, for your own reputation, because these clans have ruined Jellyfish Potter's reputation. They ruined Lampard's second stint, all right? They try to ruin Tommy T. Tommy T's too elite and tell them, do one, bruv. Get stuck. Let's have it right and jog on. Long way from Starbucks, like Super Grammar, all right? Pochettino, I said last season, Potter's got to play his team. He's got to grow some bollocks and do what's right and say, listen, I'm on a 5-year contract, 12 million a year, all right? Astronomical, more than Pep Guardiola, more than Klopp, more than all these other gaffers that are actually doing stuff, all right? He should have landed it. He didn't do that. He's a yes man. He'll breach his contract. He won't get paid. Similar situation to Pochettino. Don't care about a pound note. If you love the game and you so-called want to be earn your stripes at Chelsea, then you've got to do what's right for the team, right for the club and the reputation, and do what a footballing gaffer would do using your experience, not what these clowns dictate to you. Because let's have it right. Shout out Steve G, yeah? All right. Some of the directors on the board were trying to give it Emma Hayes. They basically said to Emma Hayes, we don't like the way you treated the Arsenal gaffer at the end of the game. And we don't want to see that again. You got to apologise or whatever it is, this and that. We want to keep it all nice and cushy and this and that. Emma Hayes said, fuck off. Let's have it right. I'll walk out right now. Didn't. They tried to give it to her against the United game, and you see it's edgy. Emma Hayes will walk out right now and said, get your interim manager in. Yeah? If you don't like how I am, the way I act, because I'm a gaffer, and this is how we are against Arsenal and rivals, then fuck off. And that's exactly how it should be, right? We've lost that because of the ownership, directors. They're fucking all mid. They're cancer at our football club, bro. Yeah? Pochettino needs to learn the minerals, yeah? Show some bollocks and do what's right. Don't be scared to not play Enzo because he's their star boy. You know what I'm saying? So now you've got pity for Enzo because of the hernia. You've also got the stands going, look, he's playing with injury. So look, that's why. Enzo's coming out mudding them going, I'm not being my best. Oh, now we've got an excuse. The PR and value keeps up. And the owners win-win situation on just Enzo. They're doing that with everything in the club in sight. They got everyone bought. Everyone pushing the project, this toxic positivity. Yeah, let's have it right. So that's the facts. All right. Emma Hayes is the last DNA of Don Roman. All right. As we have, mate, there's nothing left at this moment in time. It's all getting shipped out. The academy's getting shipped out. There's going to be no more money coming out of Cobham because unless you bleed them through or loan them out, that's where there's going to be a cash cow, as Roman did. But Roman brought through the creme de la creme. He didn't fucking sell them, bruv. All right? He valued them. These lot don't value nothing of Chelsea heritage, of Chelsea DNA. All they value is the pound note. All right? And that's a fact. Yeah? End of story, bruv. Yeah? But what do we expect from an ex-Spursy gaffer? What are we doing here, bruv? He was a yes man, bruv, as well to Levy, bruv. So, you know, it is what it is, bruv. It is what it is. Smash the likes to everyone. Everyone smash the likes. And that is what I've got to say tonight. That's exactly what I've got to say. I've got it off my chest. I'm very happy with the result. It's great to see that many goals at the bridge. But let's have it right. We need the fucking liquidator after a result like that. What's all this free from desire and all this shit and Bob Marley playing, and it's just pantomime, bruv. Do that after liquidator or you know what I'm saying? Blue is the colour. You know what I'm saying? This is Chelsea heritage, man. I honestly, it just blows my mind. Blows my mind that people accept this because we got infiltrated by fucking, you know, prawn eating sandwich merchants, bruv. Tourists, if you like. You know what I mean? Oh, it's great. Respect to anyone who watches Chelsea and supports Chelsea. I'm not dissing tourists and that. They want to have a day out. They don't get the chance. They don't live in London. They don't live in the UK, and they come. That's great, but show some fucking minerals. Yeah, let's not clap like we're in the opera or something. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we do need to back our players. We do that. We back our players. We go to games. We back in this fucking jellyfish ex-Spursy gaffer. All right, we're being forced this. We've been served this up by clowns. So, you know, is what it is. I'm going to do a preview on the Man City game. I'm also going to try. I might get someone else on as well, and we just keep rolling, brother. And I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of PR flying around, all the PR Happy Meals. You know what I'm saying? All the PR Happy Meals flying about. Salute to CP, Cole Palmer, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Lovely player. Love to watch him. You know what? It's as bad as this. Certain sports in the country saying, give it a ball to Palmer. Give it a Palmer. Just pass the ball to Palmer. He's the only one that's got something in him to land it. He's fucked, honestly. When have we ever said that at Chelsea, bruv? You know, we've had generals, elite players throughout, bruv. Throughout. You know, to the bench, beyond reserves, we've had minerals, bruv. You know, now it's like, mate, did anyone see our bench last night? What? How is that a £1 billion bench? What are we doing here, bruv? £1 billion they spent. 235 million got to Seagull merchants. We have to keep saying these things to remind people of the situation at Chelsea. We have to do that, you know. And as always, let's have it right. Biggest club in London, most elite club in London. We see things they'll never see. So have it right. Up the Chels, up the MineralsFC. Same old narrative from me, as it is the Strasbourg Ultras that want them out, and we need to get them on side. And I still stand with protesting, bruv. We have to do that. You know what I'm saying? But respect to everyone. Love to everyone in the chat. Oh, I didn't even read the Super Minerals. I have to read these. Big up Adam Rated. He says Jackson and Madueke arguing for the penalty when Palmer is the penalty taker. And 2, he is better. Well, yeah. And 3, he needed that goal to be joint top scorer with Haaland. Shows the Chelsea mentality now. His Chelsea mentality is not there. That stems, like I say, from the gaffer, from the structure, from the ownership, the shit show, the circus, the disharmony, the no leadership and all that. And the standards being in the mud. That's the reality. And this is the byproduct to that. The reality is Cole Palmer is actually showing Chelsea mentality. He's showing elite winning mentality, and that is why I respect him, bruv, and salute to him, bruv. I back him all the way. Adam also says famous Mark Goldbridge words, I fancy Everton. Yeah, how about that goldfish goes and sorts out that Faz Fugazi, bruv. Let's have it right. That geezer had a rant on United Stand calling out they're pro club, they're pro Glazers. All right, they won't go against the Glazers. They're bought by the club. All right, and this guy comes on and rants about Ten Hag, absolutely wants him out, this and that. Who's a dead man walking anyway, so have it right. But got exposed. Mark Goldfish has to pay attention, deal with it, and public come out and say, I'll deal with it behind the scenes. This guy who called this out, all right, and embarrassed Goldfish, the Brent de Cesar, let's have it right, ex-copper, yeah, Nottingham Forest supporter, let's have it right, with that other blonde bird who looks like those dolls, those blown up dolls, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't really change. What is going on, bruv? That geezer, I'll tell you about that geezer. And Quino, shout out Quino, proper Chels. Yeah, home and away, let's have it right. He was on a Twitter space with me, and this guy was getting personal with me, bruv. Because I was mudding him, because he was trying to say to me, oh, you're ahead of the curve. This was like the start of season. Oh, Pochettino sort of blame on him. I said, you don't know the structure. You don't know what's going on at my football club. You're a United supporter. You don't know fuck all about how you got Mount. You don't know nothing. Mudding him, all right? This geezer comes out with personal digs. Go and take your meds. Take your fucking meds. You having me on? They recorded that space, all right? 2 large accounts that are linked to United Stand. And what happens? They took the recorded space down because they can't have that. It's an embarrassment for their platform. That's the type of waffle weirdo merchants that you get. These elephant walking circle merchants, have it right. These what do. They're all pound note merchants. Every single one of them, or they're all bought because they want to be celebrities, they want to be this, they want to be that. It's all a load of bollocks. All right. But he's a fraud, bro. They're all frauds. I'll call you out for what you are, man. Melts. And you're not even to Chelsea, bro. Yeah. But it's ones like this that give YouTube and give platforms a bad name within fan bases, all right? Because there ain't any platform like my platform. If you go through, League Gun is the closest thing, all right? In the sense of for the Arsenal fan base, the majority of them are all fact, bruv. All right, you go through United fan bases, you go through all these channels, they all link up, they're all little cesspits, bruv. All right, I ain't like that, bruv. Never will be, bruv. I don't sell out, mate. Yeah, so have it right. But big up to everyone. I just had to address that as it was brought up in the Super Minerals. Respect to everyone in here. Make sure you do like, subscribe, donate to the Minerals Ultras, bruv. And listen, tomorrow I want TT to Madden, bruv. I want Lego it out. I want my thing. I need us to get a result, even if it's a draw at the Emirates, bruv. I need us to be the ones that destroy their title winning chances. I need that. I deserve that. We all deserve that. And we need that. All right? I need that. I want that. I want them tears, bruv. I want to be smoking that Arsenal pack. Yeah, that Lego merchant pack. All right. But respect to everyone. Up the Tommy T, fucking elite gaffer. All right. And as always, guys, smash the likes, hit the subscribe, put all your comments down below. Salute to everyone. And as always, guys, we'll leave you with our GOAT, Don Roman, and we're out of here. Let's go.
Finally, see owners now trying to make decisions, and we let football people do the football side of things. We need to care of the football club. He gave us every possibility to achieve what we achieved in that time, so we're very lucky that we had him.